umangi to sanga matilia. Ua whamumoe le aso. Ua tang whai le hong sai. Ia umangi to sanga. O tai au le aso whaptai. O le whaptai le tua. Me umalawa lo whengalo. Le tua sile lunga tato Yesu. O le pesi au le lusu. Give thanks. Give thanks to you. When Bible sing to me, ya pesi la tasi upu. La tato nei. Give thanks. Faithful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's giving Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with the grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because it's giving Jesus Christ, His Son. And now at the weak said, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord is done for us. Give thanks. O Yesu, whaptai.
Ieleli. Ya tonua le la vata to le fiafi. Le se moli mau ni fu I tu la ya le faina. Fa o pelta to tapu inga pen masani ai. Because this is a day of Thanksgiving, a time of Thanksgiving, we're in the season of Thanksgiving. It is appropriate that I also give thanks. Thank God for His continued blessings that we receive each and every day. I am grateful for God blessing us with our family here. This is our church family that we have been with for the past 15 years. It's been 15 years. In 2006, November, we were appointed as interim pastor of the Wellspring Church. It wasn't until July 7th. So if you include all that together, we have been here for 15 years. I thank God that a lot has been accomplished for these past 15 years since we've been here. Our church has been in existence since 1991 of March. We had the late lay pastor Manaomia Tito, who pastored or shepherded the church in its beginnings from March to January. January is when our first pastor, Faifeau Yamataiau Malfalitua Yatasi, Sala Taitaina Linga Luenga Maileafe, Iva Sila Iva Lua, E Olava Ile Tausanga E Luafe Malilima. Ona tausia lea le kalesia le sunga le ao ya marupe vao mai luafe malilima, Ia se i o mai a November, lua fe maleono lea na mata o veai. So a lot has happened. We have been blessed to be here, to be with you, to share the good news of Christ with you all throughout these many years. We have kids who will help you find a godly partner, but it's about God. God's timing and everything. So again, we are blessed to be here with you and to just elise upu male upu whaftai le nganga le fia moli atu le tātou ka le sia mea umalava o tō whaia mea o tō ina mo I māua ma le ngā luenga ia o le nganga whaftai le o le tatalo fo'i ia whapena na lofa le atua whamanui atu ia te o tō ma tō whātu tumu mea o tō whangangoina ia tausanga e tele. E ngalo le tangata au le atua na te silafia mea Le moli atu le nganga whaftai tātu e kālis. Whaftai tele ia te o tō. I thank the many in our congregation that have dedicated their lives to this ministry from the very beginning until now. We're so grateful for your time and your efforts helping us in this ministry. The officers and not only of the church, but also the branches of our church. Even though in the time of COVID, tau sanga leo mawai, I le COVID, lea sa whaina I le tōtelo I tātou. Ia vi I le atua, e o mai a le nei tū la. I thank God that even though this COVID has now claimed almost 1 million lives here in America, 900,000 I believe, but yet not one in our congregation has died. Today is a day that we thank God for His blessing upon our church, especially our elders who have many, sickness and ailments, but yet God has blessed them. They have made it through this COVID, and many of us who have contracted COVID as well. We thank God that He has not taken any one of us, although we have family members. Tō te leo tātou ainga, ia ua whapenana whaina ni whamai. Ai whaatai le atua I le tātou ainga lotu le Wellspring, ia lo o iai pēla na whaamanuianga. Mo I tātou io no lo o whaina pēla ma lo o sa solo pēni whamai, but thank God. We thank God for bringing us safely from the past 2 years of this COVID to ia lava le atua, ia mo lana whaamanuianga ia te whapena te tonu whai whapena whila ngono te lo tātou, whaaftei o tātou teito lua, maainga, ia mese whai nei o tātou whanau, ia lo nātou tuputupuae, ia lava le atua I mea Whaaftei whai le atua ia nei o tātou tina. I really thank God for our mothers, the eldest of our church here. Grandma Pai will be celebrating her 85th birthday this coming Friday. Grandma also celebrated her 82nd birthday, I believe, in June. So, tele tausanga ua foina nei o tātou tina. So we thank God for that. Yes, Thanksgiving is celebrated once a year here in America, which they set aside for this wonderful celebration. It began, of course, as a Christian celebration, but now they have made it a secular celebration. But we don't really worry about that because as Christians, we thank God each and every day. So every day, as we wake up and breathe this air that God has blessed us with, we give praise to God. Amen? Ia lava le atua. Le tusi le nei sa tātou pālongolongo iai, le nei a fiafi. This book, or this passage that we have heard this evening, it is a passage that I've probably used many times, especially for Thanksgiving. It is appropriate. O se foi tau e te tau mono mea I le nei vai tau. Le vai tau o le nganga whaaftai pe ana whaamanatuina e le tātu wātunu nei. O te au mai elfo I pos fitu, I would bring verse 15 as our text for this evening. Whaapea le whaitawina. O le tasi o I lātou wana I loa wa whaamalolo ina o ia. O na toe foi mai lea o ia ua vivi I atu I le atua maleleo e tele. One of them, when he saw that he was healed, came back to Jesus shouting, "Praise God." Shouting, "Praise God." O le manatu e taitainei tātou ni afiafi, our theme for this evening, ia toe fo'i e vi ia ma whaafetaia le li. Return to give thanks and praise to the Lord. As I mentioned, we are in a state or a time of gratitude this time of the year. The holiday season which is upon us, the wonderful blessing of this place of worship and this beautiful place that we worship in. That we have our services, we have our activities, fundraisers. We have been so blessed for these past 10 years to be blessed with this building. We are independent. We don't have to wait around for our services as we did before when we rented at the First Congregational Church here in Santa Rosa. We were there for 19 years, but now we have been here for the past 10 plus years. So vi ia lava le to thank God for His blessing upon our congregation. As I mentioned before, we are blessed that even though we faced COVID, we were not able to worship for about a year, a little over a year. But thank God, what a wonderful day to begin worship again as we worshiped on Easter Sunday. Sunday of Jesus' triumph over death and sin. Wonderful day to begin worship again together as a church. So this story, as we read, tala le nei pena tātou whaitawina, tala I le pela ia to o se fulu. There were 10 lepers. 9 of them were Samaritan. Only one was, 9 of them were Jews. Only one was a Samaritan. And as they came to Jesus begging Jesus to have pity on them. Have mercy on them. Leli ia lo famai I mātou. Le lātou nau tai lea I le li. Lātou tālo sanga I le fiola. Hea, whetaraile li o Yesu, o e whaali I priests, I o staulanga. O e whaali, a le lava o lo o ia, o li whaapea o e o lau o le se le pela. O le o ala I le pela. But they listened to Jesus and they went. And as they went, the leprosy came off of them. They were free from leprosy. And leprosy, as we know in the Bible times, was a death sentence. And maua lor tangata le pela yaso le tuspa I ma telefo I o tausanga I o mea I o mai le vai fo mo le fa mai. E o mo lo tanga te mai le ya fa atali le oti. And that is what these lepers had faced. They were not only affected by this disease, but they were put aside. Ele mawhaina fa atasi matangata wa iso solo le mai le. This was a very contagious disease that it spread by touch. Or even the air. So they had to be set aside. Sa tu e sea tangata ia. Te rei loa sa iaile nuu I fiti sa ave foi tangata le se island I fiti. Sa ave tangata le pela. E o ai tangata sa moa. Na ave Le aile lea po le nuu lea ia tu uai whaatai lo lātou teimi. Tā lo whai. Teimi ia au le i o mai se whai fofo nei whaamai. So se whaamai wa lau i loa i le tala o le tuspa ia, se whaamai wa tātou whaalongo so i ai. Se whaamai o tā ua le as i tausanga nei mo no po nei, o le Hansen's disease. So even though it was an incurable disease during the time, biblical times, but we are so grateful that there is a cure today. So that is why not many, even though there are some that have it, but many have been cured of it. And it is called Hansen's disease today. So this was a difficult thing te se whaamai whinga tā. Sa whaina ila tō tele. And se whaauta la ili nei tala. Le tō se furu leno mai, the 10 that came to Jesus. And as Jesus spoke to them and they listened and obeyed and went ahead to see the priest, they were healed. And as they were healed, they went on their own way. Whatever excuses they had, not to go back to Jesus, to thank Jesus for what he has done. It took this one Samaritan out of the 10 that were there